thrill seekers, squat step Fargo, and readers of all great comics. Welcome to the 2000 AD YouTube channel. I'm joined again by Keith Richardson, our graphic novels editor, also known as Robo-Keith, and I am Molch-R, for those of you who follow our droid names. If you've not checked out the 2000 AD 101 videos that we have on the channel, please do so. It will explain some of the terms that we use over the next 5 minutes or so. We're here this week to talk about forthcoming graphic novel releases from 2000 AD. Now, it's coming up to Christmas. We are a couple of months away from Christmas, so people are already going to be asking you, well, I certainly hope so, what you're wanting for Christmas, and what better thing to give at that festive time of year than a 2000 AD graphic novel. Keith is here with me to run through some of the releases that you may wish stuffed into your stockings this Christmas. First up, now this is out now, Predator vs Judge Dredd vs Aliens. It's available in hardcover both in the UK from 2000 AD and in North America from Dark Horse. Keith, why should people pick up Predator vs Judge Dredd vs Aliens?
Because it's Predator vs Judge Dredd vs Aliens. I mean, you can't get better than that. I think it's the Alien Dredd story, Incubus, is a fantastic action-packed story. I think it's very faithful to both franchises. You can go in there as an Alien fan not knowing anything about Judge Dredd, and it all makes complete sense thanks to Mr. Andy Diggle's fantastic writing, and you're going to be blown away by Mr. Flint's fantastic artwork.
So, quickly moving on, something that's very special now, which a lot of our fans have been clamouring for many, many years, and which you have put, I don't exaggerate when I say blood, sweat and tears into this volume. The collection of the Daily Dredds. Now, for those of you who don't know, from 1981 there was a weekly comic book strip in the Daily Star newspaper here in the UK, written by John Wagner and Alan Grant, who are the two great Judge Dredd writers, and illustrated by Ron Smith. And this collection has been a long time in the making, just because so many of these have never been collected before.
That's correct.
So you tell us a bit about the hunt that you went on.
Yeah, it was quite a journey, really. It all kind of started off trying to locate the actual stories and try and find out where they all kind of fit, because even though they're all numbered, they run out of order in the Daily Star back in the day. Thanks to the help of some of our really cool fans and the lovely British Library, we managed to kind of piece together what ran when, and we were also able to locate a lot of these news strips, and it's made for one fantastic volume.
This one is now out in stores, both in the UK and in North America. Grant Morrison and Steve Yowell's Zenith. Now, this is back in print after 20 years, and what we are doing is, after the huge success of the complete Zenith, that was the limited edition hardback last year that was only available from our shop, we are releasing all 4 phases of Zenith in hardback editions, both here and in the US and Canada. You have to do yourself a favour and read Zenith, because it's really the beginning. Well, it is the beginning of his career. It's his first major work. In the back, we also have the original character designs by Brendan McCarthy from the 80s, which look absolutely fantastic, and also give an idea of what Grant really was planning for the series. In December, Phase 2 comes out, where the story really begins to pick up. For those of you who don't know, Zenith is a super brat who is the last remaining superhero on Earth, but he is a pop star and cares about nothing more than getting drunk, taking drugs, sleeping around and having a good time. Zenith is a story of how he gets caught up in a conspiracy to end the world, and any more than that, it's spoilers. This is quite possibly one of the most beautiful books that we've ever produced, not just in terms of the actual artifact, but also in terms of what it contains, and it is Ian Edgington and I.N.J. Colbart's brass son. Now, this is we're defining it as clock punk.
Clock punk, yeah.
It takes place in a vast solar system, which is a life-size orrery. Ren is given a task by her grandfather to find the pieces to restart the brass sun, which has been winding down. All the plants are starting to freeze. So it's definitely one to get for not just the 2000 AD fan in your life, but if you enjoy good comics, if you enjoy some of the output of people like Image, so things like Saga, really you ought to be doing yourself a favour and picking this up. This is
and rather refreshingly for once, it's got a really interesting, fully fleshed out female lead heroine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Keith, let's talk a little bit about beyond Christmas, because obviously people will have their money to spend after they've received it in their cards. What kind of thing are we looking at in the first sort of 2 or 3 months of 2015?
Well, I think probably the book I'm most excited about would be Slaying the Britannia Chronicles by Pat Mills and Mr. Simon Davis. It features fully painted, beautiful artwork by Simon. He's just been completely inspired. I know he's always wanted to illustrate Slain.
Yes.
And now he's finally doing so, and he's just done an amazing job. And I haven't had or heard a negative reaction to his artwork at all. That is simply beautiful.
What really strikes me about the Britannia Chronicles is that Pat himself said it's the best Slain since Slain the Horned God. Now, Slain the Horned God, painted by Simon Bisley back in the late 80s, early 90s, and that changed comic books forever. So for Pat to make that comparison with Simon's work, I think is really telling. Yeah, absolutely. One of the other volumes that we have coming out at the beginning of next year that you might want to look for, if you enjoyed the Dredd movie, then you really need to check out the collection of the sequel comic books, which is called Dredd Urban Warfare. If you enjoyed the Dredd film, if you enjoyed Carl Urban and Olivia Thirlby in that fantastic film, then you really need to be checking that out.
Furthermore, if you did enjoy the Dredd movie, Matt Smith's written a kind of prequel story which is also in the collection.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is all about the origin of Marmar, the big bad in the film.
So that collection is going to be coming out both again in the UK and the US at the same time, so definitely pick that up if you enjoy a slice of Dredd action. Keith, thank you very much indeed for joining us again on the 2000 AD YouTube channel.
Cheers, mate.
Farewell to all you Squats, Deck, Thargo. If you need any more information about the graphic novels that we have mentioned, please go to shop.2000adonline.com.